James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so let's talk about it, man. I've done a lot of talking about this fight, and somehow, some way, you know, I gotta give credit where credit is due. I'm not a hater like you guys think. I will give credit if I feel if it's just. You know, shout out to Riyadh Season and shout out to Turkey Allah Sheik and shout out to Golden Boy Promotions for allowing this fight to happen, because Floyd Schofield Sr. and Floyd Schofield Jr. have shown that they have tremendously huge nuts, and that they will, and that everything they were saying in the media, it wasn't wolf tickets, it wasn't for hype, it wasn't for publicity, it was all because they really, really wanted the fight. And they even wanted this fight against Shakur Stevenson, against the best wishes of Oscar De La Hoya, who was trying to guide them in another direction, you know? So that really shows you the character and what they believe in themselves. And God willing, I hope they come to fight. I hope they come to fight half as good as they talk. Because if that can happen, then we're in for a hell of a treat, you know? Before I get into the matchup and before I get into the fight itself, let me just tell boxing fans and let me just urge boxing fans, if Shakur Stevenson goes in there, let's just say he outclasses Floyd Schofield. Let's say he beats the hell out of him. If that winds up playing itself out, no matter what the outcome no matter what the outcome is of this fight, win, lose, or draw, I don't want to hear a bad word about Floyd Schofield at all from any boxing fan, because I've sat here for years on YouTube, years, talking about Devin, talking about Shakur, talking about Ryan Garcia, all these guys that have really gotten more credit than they really deserve. And then here we have, and they don't, a lot of them don't be taking big fights. And when they do it in a stupid manner, like Ryan Garcia accepting a catch weight, accepting a rehydration clause, to fight Tank, because he wanted the money and wouldn't listen to Oscar and Bernard when that was dumb, right? We have Floyd Schofield, who's 22 years old, fighting. He's going to go from fighting Rene Telis-Garon, good fighter, fringe contender at best, tough, can upset, you know, good prospects and other fringe contenders, but he's not a world beater. Just a tough, solid, spoiler Mexican fighter. That's what Rene Telis-Garon is. Floyd almost got knocked out by him. I was there in Vegas. I covered the fight. He was ready to go in the latter part of that fight, and it was a tough night at the office. He's going from that to fighting Shakur Stevenson, so you got to respect that. And I don't want nobody to really. I don't want to hear no bad words about Floyd Schofield. If he loses, however it plays out, I don't want to hear anything bad about him. And I'm not even no Floyd Schofield fanboy or nothing like that. I just, when I see people who talk the talk and walk the walk and their actions line up with their words, I gotta respect it. I got to. Now, as far as the fight itself, stylistically, it's an interesting fight, which is more than I can say for a lot of Shakur Stevenson fights. Because let's be real, Shakur Stevenson, he doesn't have an entertaining style, and the fighters that have been put in front of him, especially as of late, have not been fighters that are really interesting themselves. Arthur Haratunian, good fighter, former Olympian, medalist. Nobody really cares about Arthur Haratunian like that. Let's be real. Who else is there? Him. You know, just all these guys have been fighting. We've never really seen Shakur Stevenson in the ring with another young, strong, fresh Black American fighter. Let's call a spade a spade. This is the first time we're getting this, and I'm excited for it. I think the build-up is gonna be very exciting. I think from a stylistic standpoint, like Floyd Schofield is a bigger guy naturally than Shakur. He's very explosive. He likes to shift and punch in between the shots of Shakur Stevenson. Or not in between Shakur Stevenson, but he likes to shift into different stances, and he's very athletic. He can punch from different angles. Bit of a front runner, you know, did get very tired and show a lack of an inside game against Rene Telis-Garon late in that fight. So there's definitely a lot of flaws Shakur can expose. But I'll tell you this, it's just good that Shakur Stevenson's in a fight against another fighter who's going to, we know Floyd Schofield is going to come to fight, because we know that there's no other way he knows. I mean, that's how he fights. He comes to fight, comes to knock your head off. And I think like by the middle round, Shakur should be okay. I think Shakur will beat Floyd Schofield, but the first 6 rounds, first 4.5 to 6 rounds, Floyd Schofield will be dangerous. And it could be a fight where Floyd Schofield is able to close the gap and rough Shakur up and kind of get into like what they call the dark arts of boxing, mauling him and maybe having to get a little dirty. I don't see Shakur Stevenson liking none of that. Shakur Stevenson comes from a big amateur background. He comes from like the Olympics and shit like that. He can find the pocket. I'm gonna give him his credit. He can find the pocket, and he does got some dog in him. But I've seen enough of Shakur Stevenson to know that if he were to ever get somebody big enough physically to close the gap on him and push him around, that he would not like it, and it would be a frustrating night for him. And I think Floyd Schofield does have the attributes to do that. How long can he do it for? That's the question. Shakur Stevenson is very good at making adjustments and very hard to hit. He's very good at like manipulating the opponent's hand positioning and their guard. So that's why I think Floyd Schofield ultimately comes unstuck, because when you get into the nuances of boxing and those type of things, he doesn't have the experience, I think, to make the adjustments and win. But he has enough in his arsenal and with what he brings to the table to make this an exciting fight, which for Shakur Stevenson, he needs an exciting fight. His last couple fights have been fucking snooze fest. Let's be real. Dos Santos, Artur Haratunian. People may the boxing snobs and the boxing purists may say, well, no, it's only boring to you, BT, because you don't understand boxing. No, I understand boxing. I understand guard manipulation. I understand probing with the jab. I understand feinting. I understand getting lead foot leverage on the outside foot. I understand all those things about boxing. But even with me understanding all those things about boxing, I will still say the Shakur Stevenson fights have been freaking a snooze fest. The last couple, the last 2 in particular. And I just think for his brand, for what he's trying to build in his career, it'd be great to see him in an exciting fight. So look, if he goes in there and he makes this look like Artur Haratunian and Delos Santos, then again, that just shows you how great Shakur Stevenson actually is as a fighter. That he, like, not even a good, young, athletic beast of a fighter like Floyd Schofield can put him in an exciting fight. He needs to get like Gervonta Davis in there with him. So I don't care how it really goes, to be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna watch the fight. I'm happy it's happening. I'm happy that like Oscar De La Hoya allowed his young prospect to go after the fight he wanted to go for. It shows you guys in boxing. Like, and look, we had this whole thing with Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis, I've been praising Boots for years. I like Boots a lot. I like his skills. I love what he brings to the table. But when it comes down to it, I question it for Boots. I ain't got to question it with Floyd. Maybe Floyd Schofield don't got the skills of a Jaron Ennis or even a Shakur Stevenson. But I can't doubt this. I definitely can't doubt that. So, respect to the young kid from Austin, Texas. Much shout out to Floyd Schofield and his pops. And I look forward to a great fight. And may the best man win. Shakur Stevenson. This for all intents and purposes, because of the card that it's on. It's a big card in boxing, and because of the fact that they're gonna do so much. Like, there's gonna be so much shit talking going into this fight. There's gonna be so much build up for this fight. For all intents and purposes, in my opinion, this is the biggest fight of Shakur Stevenson's career. So this is your moment to show that you are who they say they are, I got into an argument with one of his old amateur coaches, or one of the coaches that used to work with him, Coach Ron Sims. I love Ron, good guy, but he got all mad at me, said I didn't know anything about boxing, or he said that he questioned my knowledge of boxing because I was talking down on like some of Shakur's opponents, like Toka Khan Clary and who was the other one? Toka Khan Clary and Artur Haratunian. And I know those guys are good fighters, but I'm just happy that Shakur Stevenson is in a fight against another young American fighter who's hungry to knock his damn head off, That's what I'm waiting for. We can't get it with Tank. Like, look, we can't get Shakur Stevenson to fight Tank because Tank's in witness protection from with Leonard Ellaby. They're only going to fight certain fighters that they want to fight when they want to fight them. And then he's not going to fight Keyshawn Davis because that's his brother, that's his friend, that's his buddy. They're not going to fight each other. And then he's not going to fight Abdullah Mason because Abdullah Mason with Top Rank, and he's not going to work with Top Rank. And Top Rank's matchmakers they're not going to put Abdullah in there with Shakur. So like, this is probably the only Black American fighter where it lines up that Shakur Stevenson could go ahead and fight, and I'm excited about it. So, I'm sorry to all the boxing snobs and purists that I'm excited about an exciting matchup, a potential exciting matchup. I'm sorry for wanting to be entertained and enjoy what I'm watching and not have to squint and have to always look at the nuances of boxing. Sometimes when I watch boxing, I don't want to look at the nuances of boxing. Sometimes I just want to be entertained. And I think a Floyd Schofield, Shakur Stevenson fight will be entertaining. So shoot me for that. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.
Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here. Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.